Hi, we're on Evil Shoulder Opener number 3, the last one in the series, okay? You'll probably want your block or cushion again. It's just for a headrest, so you're going to put that at the very top of your mat. And then you're going to lay down on your back. I'll move this out of the way to begin with. And then I'm going to start by taking my right arm and place the palm down and slide the hand underneath the small of my back. But I want to make sure that my fingertips are on the outside of the actual vertebrae. So I don't want to reach really far back. I want to make sure my wrist is still outside of my waist. And I'm going to bend the left leg and start my journey rolling on to the right side. This is when I can get my block and I have a little headrest here. If I can take this left leg and bring it all the way across the body, even better, right? And if this starts to feel comfortable, I'm taking the left hand and reaching. So this is getting in the whole back line, the whole rotation and the rotator cuff. And you'll notice if you're thinking about binding in any of the asanas, whether it's like Maritsyasana or Ardha Matsyendrasana, this is a really good rotation opener in order to get those tricky binds. So it works really, really well. Plus it always gets the top of the trapezius and the connection up into the base of the skull. If you feel like it's hurting right down the front of the arm, that's totally normal. It's okay. It's just getting the connection from everything in the back and the rotator cuff, especially the subscapularis, which we tend to overuse and shorten when we're in our chaturangas. If you feel pressure underneath your elbow just because the bone pushes down into the floor, then just put a blanket or something soft underneath your elbow and that will relieve that pressure. And of course, if you need to be back here because it's just too intense, that's fine as well. Don't make it torture for yourself. Make sure you can keep breathing. And let's just stay here for a few more breaths. And then gently coming out of it, release the leg first, rolling slowly back onto your hips. And move your headrest out of the way. And coming back onto your back. Now initially you're going to feel like this arm does not work and is broken for life. But trust me, it only takes a moment or two. And then the blood starts flowing through, which is what really sends that energy to the muscles and the joints to kind of relieve the tension that we create there. So you'll find the whole line, even all the way up to the skull, the base of the skull and the jaw starts to release. So while it's quite intense to begin with, it's going to feel great later on. That's a guarantee. Okay, so let's try the left side again. I'm going to have my headrest ready. Place the left hand underneath, making sure that I don't go too far. I'm not reaching beyond my vertebrae. Fingertips to the outside of the vertebrae. Bending the right leg and then start by rolling over to the left. And again, taking the right leg beyond the left leg if I can and resting it on the floor. Grab my headrest and reaching with the right hand. We're going to be here and breathe. Breathing into the back of the chest. And it might even take a few breaths just to relax into it. Maybe relax is the wrong word. How about breathe into it? Breathe into it without tensing up in the shoulder itself. Try to soften in the shoulder and let the breath find this space, especially in the back of the shoulder blade. One more breath there. And then when you're ready, rolling back onto your back, move your headrest and slowly releasing the left arm and taking a moment or two to wake it up again and know, yep, It's gonna work. And then we're done.